The dark secret Wang Yibo has been hiding for years has finally been exposed. Who would have thought that behind the perfect facade of this beloved idol lies a scar far more serious than anything Xiao Zhan has ever endured? The Chinese entertainment industry is once again shaken to its core by a bombshell revelation involving one of today's most influential stars, Wang Yibo. The shocking news that has emerged from insider sources reveals a carefully concealed truth that fans never suspected existed. While the public has been aware of various minor injuries that celebrities occasionally sustain during their demanding careers, what has been discovered about Wang Yibo's condition goes far beyond anything previously imagined. But why has this information been kept under such tight wraps? What exactly happened to Wang Yibo that required an emergency hospital visit? And how does it compare to the well-documented injury that Xiao Zhan sustained? The revelation came to light through a series of leaked medical documents and eyewitness accounts from crew members who worked closely with Wang Yibo during his various projects. According to these sources, the injury to Wang Yibo's hand is not only more extensive than Xiao Zhan's publicized wound, but also required immediate medical intervention that was kept completely out of the public eye. The severity of the situation becomes even more alarming when considering the lengths to which Wang Yibo and his management team have gone to conceal the true extent of his condition. What makes this story even more compelling is the stark contrast between how the two incidents were handled by their respective teams and the media. While Xiao Zhan's hand injury received considerable attention and sympathy from fans and media outlets alike, Wang Yibo's much more serious condition has been systematically hidden from public view. This raises disturbing questions about the pressure placed on celebrities to maintain their perfect image at the expense of their health and well-being. The deliberate concealment of Wang Yibo's injury suggests a level of control and manipulation within the entertainment industry that fans rarely get to witness. The medical emergency that led to Wang Yibo's hospital visit occurred during what was supposed to be a routine filming session. According to insider accounts, the accident happened so suddenly that crew members initially thought it was part of the scripted action. However, the reality of the situation became apparent when Wang Yibo's immediate reaction and the amount of blood involved made it clear that this was no acting performance. The severity of the injury was such that production had to be halted immediately, and emergency medical personnel were called to the scene. What makes this incident particularly troubling is how quickly the entire situation was covered up. Within hours of the accident, a comprehensive media blackout was implemented. Crew members were reportedly required to sign additional non-disclosure agreements, and any footage or photographs of the incident were confiscated and destroyed. The hospital visit itself was conducted under extreme secrecy, with Wang Yibo being admitted under an assumed name and receiving treatment in a private wing away from other patients and potential witnesses. The injury to Wang Yibo's hand is described by medical sources as requiring extensive surgical intervention. Unlike Xiao Zhan's injury, which was primarily superficial and healed relatively quickly with basic medical care, Wang Yibo's wound involved significant damage to both muscle and nerve tissue. The complexity of the injury was such that multiple surgical procedures were required to repair the damage and restore functionality to his hand. This explains why Wang Yibo has been consistently seen wearing long-sleeved clothing in all public appearances since the incident. The psychological impact of concealing such a serious injury cannot be understated. Sources close to Wang Yibo report that the constant need to hide his condition has taken a significant toll on his mental health. The pressure to maintain his public image while dealing with ongoing physical limitations has created a situation where he feels trapped between his professional obligations and his personal well-being. This internal struggle has reportedly affected his performance in various projects, though his professionalism has prevented most people from noticing any decline in his work quality. The comparison between Wang Yibo's and Xiao Zhan's injuries reveals troubling disparities in how the entertainment industry handles medical emergencies involving its stars. While Xiao Zhan's injury was acknowledged publicly and received appropriate medical attention without the need for secrecy, Wang Yibo's much more serious condition has been treated as a potential career-ending scandal that must be hidden at all costs. This difference in treatment raises questions about the various factors that influence how celebrity injuries are managed and reported. Industry insiders suggest that the decision to conceal Wang Yibo's injury was driven by several factors, including the timing of major project releases, contractual obligations with sponsors, and concerns about how fans might react to news of their idol being seriously injured. The financial implications of revealing the true extent of his condition were deemed too significant to risk, leading to the implementation of an elaborate cover-up scheme that has persisted for months. The physical evidence of Wang Yibo's injury is still visible to those who know what to look for. Careful observers have noted subtle changes in how he uses his hands during performances and public appearances. His tendency to favor one hand over the other, along with occasional moments where he appears to be experiencing discomfort, provide clues about the ongoing impact of his injury. The consistent use of long sleeves, even in warm weather or during physically demanding activities, serves as the most obvious indicator that he is concealing something significant. Medical experts who have reviewed the available information about Wang Yibo's injury express concern about the long-term implications of hiding such a serious medical condition. The lack of proper recovery time and the continued physical demands of his career could potentially lead to permanent damage or complications that might not manifest until years later. The decision to prioritize career obligations over medical recovery represents a troubling trend in the entertainment industry where the health of performers is often treated as secondary to commercial considerations. The emotional toll of maintaining this deception extends beyond Wang Yibo himself to include his closest associates and family members. Those who are aware of the true situation report feeling conflicted between their desire to support him and their concern about the potential consequences of the ongoing cover-up. The stress of keeping such a significant secret while watching someone they care about struggle with both physical and emotional challenges has created tension within his inner circle. Fan communities have begun to notice subtle changes in Wang Yibo's behavior and appearance, though most attribute these observations to the normal pressures of fame rather than any underlying medical condition. Some particularly observant fans have questioned his consistent choice to wear long sleeves and have speculated about potential reasons, but these discussions have largely remained within fan circles rather than attracting mainstream media attention. The revelation of Wang Yibo's hidden injury also sheds light on the broader culture of secrecy that pervades the Chinese entertainment industry. The willingness to go to such extreme lengths to conceal a medical condition demonstrates the immense pressure placed on celebrities to maintain their image at all costs. This culture of perfection creates an environment where acknowledging vulnerability or physical limitations is seen as career suicide rather than a normal part of human experience. The medical professionals who treated Wang Yibo's injury have maintained strict confidentiality regarding the details of his condition, but sources familiar with the case describe the initial prognosis as concerning. The complexity of hand injuries, particularly those involving nerve damage, means that full recovery is never guaranteed. The decision to return to work quickly rather than allowing for complete healing may have compromised his long-term prognosis, though the full extent of any permanent damage may not be known for years. The contrast between public perception and reality in Wang Yibo's case highlights the effectiveness of carefully managed celebrity image control. While fans continue to see him as the healthy, energetic performer they have always admired, the reality is far more complex. The ability to maintain this facade while dealing with significant physical limitations speaks to both his professionalism and the sophisticated nature of modern celebrity management. Industry analysts suggest that the revelation of Wang Yibo's injury could have far-reaching implications for how similar situations are handled in the future. The success of the cover-up demonstrates that it is possible to hide even serious medical conditions from public view, but it also raises ethical questions about the responsibility of management teams to prioritize the health and well-being of their clients over commercial considerations. The comparison with Xiao Zhan's injury becomes even more stark when considering the different approaches taken to recovery and public communication. While Xiao Zhan was able to take appropriate time for healing and received public support during his recovery, Wang Yibo has been forced to continue working while managing a much more serious condition in secret.